All glory to God alone, seated on the throne. Christ rose out the tomb, can't find his bones. He declared it is finished, purchased sinners. We can enter fellowship with the risen, celebrate this redemption.
Here we go. Back at it again now. Okay, so I'm going to start now explaining after I did my pre-mix processing for the vocals. Now I'm going to start to explain my workflow from my mix bus to my vocal bus to my verse bus, and then that way you can follow along to see which way, in what direction I go. All right, so first off, I'm a big console guy. I love having the tone of a console. One of them specifically is the API Vision from UAD. So let me crack that guy open. And ultimately, this is just for tone and for some drive, some saturation that this console gives. So I will play through here.
All glory to God alone, seated on the throne. Christ rose out the tomb, can't find his bones. He declared it is finished, purchased sinners. We can enter fellowship with the risen, celebrate.
So I'm actually not getting as much gain as it does appear. The reason it does sound like it's loud is because I have a limiter at the end of my stuff here. So this limiter here, I processed it during my gain staging sequence, and now it's pretty much at the level that I need it. When things start to get louder, I'll turn it down a bit, but right now I'm most likely getting about -3 max in gain reduction at a very transparent setting with this Pro-L2.
All glory to God alone, seated on the throne. Christ rose out the tomb, can't find his bones. He declared it is finished, purchased sinners. We can enter fellowship with the risen, celebrate this redemption. That's what I...
And the reason I put the limiter there is so I can hear what I'm doing. You know, because when there's a squeeze of a limiter happening within a mix, it starts to bring out qualities and elements of the mix that you may not actually hear those if you're not doing some type of limiting at the end of your chain, which right now is at the beginning of the chain in this sequence that I'm showing you. So I start off with that limiter. It's just a mixing limiter. It's not the limiter that I end up with for the master, and it's also helping me understand and hear what is happening. So then I go into the API console.
All glory to God alone, seated on the throne. Christ rose out the tomb.
I like the high pass on this one here, just to clean up the very low rumble, and just to have that nice and clean low end that it provides me. I'm not doing anything with the EQ, and I'm just doing a little bit of gain, driving the gain, so I can then balance out what I'm getting coming in with the gain and then what's coming out of this plugin, so I can gain stage going into my additional plugins here. I'll show you which ones those are.
All glory to God alone, seated on the throne. Christ rose out the tomb, can't find his bones. He declared it is finished, purchased sinners. We can enter fellowship.
So then I go from an API into a pull tech. I don't do anything to the pull tech. I leave it as it is, because just putting it on there gives it a bump, a warmth, a thickness, just a very great overall sound. So I just leave it how it is.
All glory to God alone, seated on the throne. Christ rose out the tomb, can't find his bones.
And then I'll go and I'll use this compressor. It's a bus compressor from T-RackS. It's actually my favorite bus compressor that I own. I do have the Waves SSL. I believe this is the G. I like it as well, and I'll use it, but I have been really sticking to this bus compressor from T-RackS. I love the T-RackS stuff. They make some excellent stuff. So I'll show you how this guy's set.
All glory to God alone, seated on the throne. Christ rose out the tomb, can't find his bones. He declared it is finished, purchased sinners. We can enter fellowship with the risen, celebrate this redemption. That's what I put my hope in. God's who I boast in. We will.
So Very 1.5 ratio, not much compression happening, slow attack, fast release, and I have a sidechain high pass at 250 hertz, so it's not being affected too much by the low end of the track. And then my threshold until I start seeing the needle bounce and I start hearing it, and then my makeup is just a little bit, just to make up for what I'm losing there, and then that goes with a little bit of grit.
All glory to God alone, seated on the throne. Christ rose out the tomb, can't find his bones. He declared it is finished.
Add some grit, add some saturation. Then I go into the ATR 102. This is my favorite tape emulation, and I have it set to a next level sound preset from DJ Wyatt. I learned a lot from him, and he definitely showed me that this is pretty much a secret weapon when it comes to getting a very clean mix at the top end and a nice umphy full low end. Check it out.
All glory to God alone, seated on the throne. Christ rose out the tomb, can't find his bones. He declared it is finished, purchased sinners we can enter fellowship with the risen. Tell a friend that's redemption, that's what I put my hope in. God's who I boast in, we were made righteous cause he had never known sin. And once you get to see,
there we go. So feel free to copy those settings there if you have this Ampex. All right, so that is that for my mix bus processing. I start from the top and then I go down to the bottom. And this is where I start. This is where I start to shape my sound. This is where I start to kind of get things balanced where I want them, how I want them. A little bit of compression, nothing too crazy. Just some overall treatment for the start of the mix. All right, guys. I'll catch you in the next one.